First things first, Carta. How
Yep.
are you?
Good, I'm good.
Okay.
Lazy morning.
We're here at ADE. Is this your first time at ADE?
I came last year
Okay.
as a fan,
Okay.
and then things kind of just took off from there. Yeah.
What was your memories of last year?
I mean, it was. I know that I noticed that there were a lot of artists on the streets, and then all the industry people are here. I was walking around. I bumped into Don Diablo five times.
Okay.
It's like, hey, it's you again.
Right.
Yeah, it's nice to see all the industry people gathers up in one city, actually in a little town in a way.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, before we talk about the music you make,
Yep.
I'd like to go back to the beginning quickly because you are of Italian and Chinese descent.
Yep.
What kind of music was played in your house growing up?
Actually, my parents weren't that into music when I was younger. And then, you know, when you're around 11, 12, people start to listen to the poppy stuff, and then you listen to and in the car you listen to the radio stuff. So when I was a kid, I was kind of listening to all the really commercial, like let's say Pitbull or Linkin Park or whatever. And then it was when I bought it was a mixed compilation of, like, now that's 76, like all the hits basically. And then they had one of Swedish House Mafia tracks in it. It was one. I was like 13, and then I heard it, and I was like, what is this? There's so much energy. So I started digging around, and that's how I got into the whole like house music and everything, yeah.
Looking back now, what made that track so good for you?
It was just very different, because it had so much energy in it, and so many things were going on. Because usually a pop track is just about the vocal, the singer.
Sure.
But that track, every aspect of the track brings something onto the table to perfect the track, like as a song. So it's very different to everything else I've heard before.
And was it immediately after hearing that song that you thought, well, maybe I should go into making music?
No, it was when I heard it, I was like, okay, this is something different. Then I digged out more the Swedish House Mafia stuff, then digged into the tracks individually, like Axwell, Sebastian Ingrosso, Steve Angelo. And then I realized that there's a whole like house music scene rather than just the pop stuff. Then I just went in deeper and deeper and deeper, and then I found Nicky Romero, Hardwell, and that was before they were even like big.
Sure.
Yeah.
And at this point, because well, I've never been to China, and you moved to the UK. Was this while you were in the UK?
No, that was when I was in Shanghai still, actually.
Okay. Because at what level was dance music there? Was it popular?
It didn't even start. And that's the thing, because I started DJing when I was 14. And then when I was 15, I was like, okay, I want to play in clubs.
Sure.
I go to clubs, they don't take me serious. They're like, oh, you're a 15-year-old kid. And then what kind of music do you play then? And I show them all the house music stuff. They're like, oh, we don't want this. We want want the pop, we want the top 40, we want hip hop, we want mashups of all the commercial stuff. So then me and two other friends of mine who were also into dance music, we decided that we're gonna basically sell a package deal to clubs, saying that if we can sell 200 or 300 tickets to all of our friends, the international school kids. The only thing is you have to let our DJ play.
Sure.
And then that happened, and then I started playing when I was like 15 in clubs.
Do you remember the first show?
Yeah, I do.
What was it like?
I was very nervous. Okay. I was very nervous. I thought I was gonna mess up. And the thing is, because when I told my friends, oh, I'm DJing, nobody took me seriously. Yeah, sure, you're a DJ. Yeah, you're 15. Sure, you're a DJ, man. And then after that night, people were like, oh, you're actually like not bad. I'm sorry for all the stuff I said before.
But and I don't know what the law is, but as a 15-year-old,
of course it was illegal.
Yeah. Because what was it like? Because going to clubs, it is a very adult kind of atmosphere. So being 15-year-old, what was it like for you? How did you?
I think I broke a few laws. First one by being in the club myself and having a beer, and then I brought like hundreds of kids into the club. Yeah, so.
But it worked out well?
Yeah, it worked out really well. Especially like the resident DJs noticed that we're playing something different, and they got really curious. Oh, like what is this? Because we were like one of the first acts to play EDM or dance music, let's say, in clubs in China, when all the resident DJs were still playing hip hop.
And at this point, how much were you producing? What was the focus on playing DJ shows, or did you already start creating a lot of your own tracks?
Well, I didn't really think about the production side of things until I moved to England, because it's like I started playing when I was 15, then I played a lot of gigs within 1 year, then I went to England for boarding school, and that's when I took music tech as a course, like in A-levels, which is the high school program for England. And then I was like, okay, so what's the next step? I like DJing a lot, I love it. How do I get big? So okay, sure, I need my own tracks. Then okay, fuck, I need to make music now.
Sure.
So it came out really naturally.
Okay.
Yeah.
After going to England and doing this course, like you say, did your approach to DJing change? Did you see DJing in a different light?
Well, because a lot of the artists now, they come from the productions background.
Yeah.
But for me, because I came from the DJing background, so even when I'm making music, I still think like a DJ.
Right.
Even nowadays, it's like when I'm making a track, I'm like, okay, what am I missing in my sets that I really want and I can't find anywhere else? Okay, that's what I'm gonna make.
Okay.
It's like, I need an opener track. Okay, I'm gonna make an opener track. Sure. I need a closing track. I am gonna go something more emotional and more melodic. Yeah.
And then, like you say, you started from DJing and going into production. Did it come easily to you, production?
It took a while to really get the grind of it, but now I'm getting better.
Okay.
I would say so.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Because I've talked to a lot of DJs these couple of days and last year as well, and one thing they say that's very important is originality. So do you feel you've kind of found your style or your voice?
Well, because personally, I still love all the 2012, 2013 progressive house, but it's really hard to stand out when there's so many of those tracks out there already. So I think it's just a matter of finding the right balance between what you like personally and how to stand out from everyone else and what's popping nowadays. It's just a balance of all the aspects.
And then for you, like you say, because the field is so saturated with DJs, what makes you stick out, so to say?
Well, I mean, I think I put on a really great show. I'm not gonna say any names, but as a DJ, I will say that I'm better than a lot of them because every DJ that comes to Shanghai, I go see. I'm like, okay, what do they got? Let's check it out. But like most of the times, I'm not too impressed.
Okay.
Because everyone's a producer now, so it's not their fault. Nobody's perfect. It's super hard to be good at DJing and producing. So I respect a lot of the people as a producer, but as DJing, I have my very own take on it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And well, if we go into the music then, because there are a couple of songs. I like to talk about Shanghai first. What was the initial idea for that track?
That track, actually, I sampled a track. I sampled a Chinese, like a really Chinese song I used to listen to as a kid.
Okay.
And I didn't sample the whole thing, but the melody was inspired by a Chinese song when I was listening to it, like when I was 5.
And was this important for you? Because there aren't that many Asian DJs around yet. So was it important to have that element and then?
Because I really personally want to put China, or let's start with Shanghai, on the map in the whole EDM, industry. People talk about EDM, oh yeah, dance music, America, Europe, maybe Korea, Japan, but no one's really looking into China. So I really want to say, hey, look, actually there's something happening in China as well.
And has it already, do you already see changes from when you started out?
It is blowing up nowadays. In 2013, there was maybe 1 or 2 EDM festivals. And now, within Shanghai alone, there's 4 or 5. And then there may be around 10 in China, and I'm sure a lot more are coming. And Electric Zoo is coming to Shanghai as well in a month, less than a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is quite interesting because, this might be a difficult question to answer, but why do you think house music, EDM, is so popular around the world? Because, like you say, it kind of, you think about Europe and America, but then also you have places, anywhere are shows, so popping up now. So what makes it?
Because I think with house music, or let's say like any kind of festivals, if you go to a pop festival or a hip hop festival whatsoever, you don't get the engagement like a EDM festival, because people in the crowd really are engaging with the act that's going on at the moment. Like you feel like you're connected. If you're at let's say a pop concert, you're kind of just sitting down with the glow sticks and everything. You're not really participating. But if you're going to, let's say, Tomorrowland, you really feel like you're part of the big family. Maybe that's one of the big reasons why.
And like you say, you kind of have in your mind the DJ set when you're producing. So with Shanghai, what kind of, you mentioned you kind of fill a gap. Maybe you think. So what was missing, so to say, when you wrote Shanghai? Well, Shanghai
was different from everything else, because Shanghai is really, you know, I want to rep my country. I want to put China on the map. So it's not a DJ's track for me, Shanghai. It's just something I really wanted to do for myself as an artist as well.
And moving on then from there, I think India is a track. And on India you work with Jetfire a lot. So what is it like going into these collaborations? Do you like doing collaborations?
I love it because everyone brings different everyone brings different ideas onto the table. Because it started off with the vocal samples and the breakdown, and then me and Jetfire worked more on the drop. And then it's like everyone's putting something, like everyone has different ideas. So the more people participating, for me, the better it is, the track can come out to be. But also, when there are too many people involved, then too many ideas are there, then maybe I want this, somebody else wants that. Also gets a bit confused.
Well, the thing I'm thinking of is, even when you're alone, I can imagine it might be difficult to know when to stop. So when there's three people, and like you say,
even when I'm alone, it's like, okay, this is good. Then I wake up in the morning. Oh no, maybe let me change that. For me, one of the key factors when it comes to producing is that you need to put an end to it. If you don't finish the track, then it'll never go anywhere. If you finish it, then you look back at it and think what can be done better. And then you do it better with the next production, then you're gonna get better and better. So like, don't focus too much on one track, because that's one track out of the hundreds you can make.
Sure. Yeah. And so where is your mind at now? Are you now focusing a little bit more on production because you've signed with Spinning, and then, or are you still the main focus is DJing? And
well, I mean, I have to do both.
Fair enough.
Well, yeah. Now I'm really trying to look for something unique, because, like I said, everyone's doing everything. Like there's no one doing no one is really standing out from the whole scene right now. Oh, there's Kygo with the tropical house and all that, but I really need to find something that's me. When someone listens to it, hey, Carta, it's like you know a Kygo track when you listen to it.
Sure.
So I really need to find something unique.
So where is your inspiration coming from now then? Do you notice certain elements coming back, and then, like you say, the very personal Asian?
Yep. I want to bring more Chinese not instruments, but let's say vocals or whatsoever into my productions. But I think it's also a matter of the balance, because if it sounds too Chinese, then it sounds a bit weird. Because it's dance music, it's electronic, and you can't make it like too Chinese as well. Yeah. So
the final question then, where do you see EDM or the EDM scene going in China in the next couple of years?
I think it's only going to get bigger and bigger, because nowadays people are only experiencing the whole festival.
Sure.
Like they go to a festival, everybody's jumping up and down, this is great. But I think the scene in China is a bit behind. Compared to the US or UK or Europe in general. But I think there's a delay, let's say. Now everybody loves the whole big room, the festival sounds, but in maybe 2-3 years it's gonna go like back to the roots, more housey, everything. Yeah.
And are there already more DJs popping up in Shanghai? And
there are a few. I've got a few good friends of mine who are also artists, and I'm sure there'll only be more. Yeah.
And this is going to be my very last question. Yeah. Do you feel kind of like you're carrying the torch for Chinese house music? And
I can feel the pressure a bit, even with the DJ mag thing.
Sure.
Everybody's like, oh, Carta, like everyone in China's like, yeah, we're going to Carta, you're going to go, and Carta, there's so many Chinese, we're going to all vote for you. But, I knew that I wasn't in it, but now people are like, oh, like, I feel a lot of pressure.
Okay.
But that turns it in, for me, it's also motivating, because, so many people are like rooting for me, so I really need to do well.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, man. Really appreciate it.